It was a beautiful sunny day in Bikini Bottom, and SpongeBob had only one plan: go jellyfishing with Patrick. They packed nets, peanut butter jelly sandwiches, and matching goggles. "We're gonna catch the biggest jellyfish ever," SpongeBob shouted. Patrick replied, "or we'll get stung 100 times again." Both laughed and skipped to Jellyfish Fields, unaware of what they were about to awaken. As they entered the field, something felt different. The jellyfish were gathered in a perfect circle around a strange glowing stone. "Maybe they're doing yoga," Patrick whispered. SpongeBob nodded. "Or it's a jellyfish family reunion." They tiptoed closer. Suddenly, Patrick sneezed achoo, and the jellyfish scattered, revealing the stone, the glowing purple orb with carvings. Without thinking, SpongeBob poked it. The stone lifted into the air and pulsed with energy. A loud humming echoed. Patrick stared. "You broke their weird rock." The ground shook. The skies darkened. The jellyfish buzzed angrily. SpongeBob grabbed the orb and ran. "We'll put it back later," he shouted. But it was too late. The field had awakened. That night, jellyfish invaded Bikini Bottom, not just regular ones, but huge, glowing, armored jellyfish with golden stingers. They zapped streetlights, wrapped buildings in slime, and surrounded homes. Mr. Krabs tried charging them tolls. Sandy tried karate chopping them. Nothing worked. SpongeBob and Patrick hid under SpongeBob's bed. Maybe we did something bad," Patrick whispered. The TV blinked on by itself. A jellyfish-shaped hologram appeared. "You have disturbed the sacred core of the Jellyfish Kingdom," a booming voice said. "The Jellyfish King has returned, and your town shall suffer until the orb is returned and the ritual completed." SpongeBob's eyes widened. "So, that wasn't a cool rock. That was a sacred relic." Determined to fix their mistake, SpongeBob and Patrick set out to find the Jellyfish King. They traveled deep into the untamed parts of Jellyfish Fields, through glowing forests, electric caves, and over floating bubble bridges. Along the way, jellyfish guards zapped at them, but they dodged, rode giant leaves, and used jars of mayo as distraction. Eventually, they reached the Forbidden Hive, a massive floating palace made of jelly. At the center, sitting on a throne of stingers, was the Jellyfish King, 10 feet tall, wearing a crown of glowing coral. "You dare return here?" he boomed. SpongeBob held up the orb with shaky hands. "We didn't mean to disturb anything. We're sorry." The king buzzed furiously. "The ritual was meant to protect the balance between jellyfish and Bikini Bottom. You interrupted it. Now both worlds are unstable." Patrick raised his hand. "Can we just say sorry and go home?" The king pointed his staff at them. "You must complete the trials of the sting to earn forgiveness." The trials began. First, the maze of memory, a giant jellyfish-shaped labyrinth filled with illusions. SpongeBob saw Gary leaving him, Squidward winning Employee of the Month, and Krabby Patties made with pickles without his knowledge. He cried, but he pushed forward. Patrick wandered off chasing a cookie illusion and had to be rescued by a jellyfish priest. Next was the trial of static silence, a room filled with buzzing so intense it blocked all thought. To pass, they had to hum in perfect harmony to cancel the frequency. After many off-key attempts, Patrick burped by accident, and it worked. "That was beautiful," SpongeBob said, wiping a tear. The final trial, the leap of trust. They had to jump off a floating jellyfish cliff into a glowing storm cloud. "You go first," Patrick whispered. "You go first," SpongeBob whispered back. After 5 minutes of rock, paper, scissors, they held hands and jumped screaming the whole way. They landed safely on a jelly trampoline and were met by the king once again. "You have passed the trials," said the Jellyfish King, "but the orb must now be recharged at the heart of the hive." He led them to a glowing chamber where the orb floated above a pool of electric water. "Place it in," he commanded. SpongeBob gently lowered the orb. It sank and pulsed, then shot out a beam of purple lightning into the sky. Far above Bikini Bottom, storm clouds parted. The giant jellyfish descended from the skies land returned to calm. The glowing armor faded. The city was safe again. Balance has been restored, the king said. But the bond between us is fragile. SpongeBob nodded. We'll never disturb jellyfish rituals again. Pinky promised. The king raised his scepter and tapped their heads. You are now jellyfish friends for life. Patrick giggled. Do we get free jelly? The king stared blankly. No, a glowing portal opened, and the two were sent flying back to SpongeBob's pineapple house, crashing into the couch. Gary meowed, unimpressed. The next morning, Bikini Bottom was back to normal mostly. Jellyfish hovered peacefully, humming low tunes. Squidward came outside and got stung instantly. I knew it. I knew it wasn't over. Mr. Krabs installed jellyfish-shaped price meters. Electric entry fee, $1, he shouted. Sandy watched the skies with suspicion. At the Krusty Krab, SpongeBob flipped patties while Patrick snored in a booth. Do you think the king is still watching us? SpongeBob asked. Just then, a glowing jellyfish floated by the window and winked. SpongeBob gulped. I'll take that as a yes, Patrick mumbled in his sleep. Don't forget the jelly. Later that night, SpongeBob found the orb glowing faintly under his bed. Didn't we return this? He asked. He picked it up and a small projection appeared, the Jellyfish King, waving. You are now on the official jellyfish summoning list, SpongeBob gasped. I'm a chosen one? Gary meowed sarcastically. Over the next few days, SpongeBob received random visions, jellyfish playing instruments, dancing in temples, and forming jellyfish pyramids. Patrick insisted they meant nothing. I get those dreams all the time. But Sandy was concerned. That orb's a beacon. If it activates again, you could trigger another invasion. SpongeBob placed the orb inside a showbox labeled Do Not Touch Ever. He taped it shut and buried it beneath his backyard barbecue. Problem solved, he declared. But the next morning, he saw jellyfish forming strange symbols in the sky above his house. Uh-oh. Meanwhile, deep beneath Jellyfish Fields, a hidden chamber glowed. A second relic, the jelly crown, floated inside a sealed vault. It pulsed once. Then again, a jellyfish scout buzzed in, stared at it, and trembled. It's waking up, he whispered. An ancient prophecy echoed through the coral. The crown shall rise once balance breaks. Back in town, Mayor Anchovy hosted a thanks for saving us parade. SpongeBob rode a jellyfish-shaped float while Patrick threw jelly beans at bystanders. Squidward was forced to play the clarinet while wearing a jellyfish hat. This is the worst day of my life, he grumbled. Mr. Krabs sold limited edition Jelly Patty burgers. Suddenly, a tremor shook the parade. The sky turned violet. The orb in SpongeBob's pocket began glowing on its own. The crowd stopped cheering. From the clouds descended a massive jellyfish-shaped ship, the royal fleet of the Jellyfish Kingdom. You said we fixed it? Patrick cried. I thought we did, SpongeBob shouted. The king appeared via hologram above the ship. You did restore balance, but now we need your help. The crown is awakening, and only true jellyfish friends can stop it from corrupting the hive. SpongeBob sighed. We're saving Bikini Bottom again, aren't we? Patrick nodded. But this time, let's bring snacks. With Sandy joining the team, they boarded the royal jellyfish ship and soared across the sea. This is just the beginning, said the king. There are more relics, more powers, and more responsibilities. SpongeBob looked determined. I'm ready. Then he slipped and fell into a jelly pit. Mostly ready, he mumbled. As they flew off into the unknown, Bikini Bottom watched from below. The jellyfish age had returned, and at the edge of the sea, a mysterious jelly-shaped figure watched them leave. Let the prophecy begin, it whispered, as thunder rolled behind it. To be continued.